Here we go again, guys. I done seen this episode too many times to tell. Already, guys. Already the Canelo fans are starting to get all scared. Already, dude. I sit here and I'll let you guys just poach on me. I'll let you gang up on me, whatever else. And I've been through this process too many times, guys. Even back in the day, during Floyd Manny Pacquiao, I told people it's going to be an anticlimactic fight. It's not a 50-50 fight. I've had little, packtards giving me death threats. I had one dude tell me I've been greenlit and all this other nonsense. What's that Asian dude? He can attest to this. Steve Kim, he saw this and he was joking around, dude. But I've been through this process so many times, guys, and I'm already starting to see the same culprits. You're all the same. I don't care what race or color you are. You all act the same. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are already starting to show fear. You're already starting to show doubt. I'm here. When's the last time I even talked about this fight? Maybe a month, 2 months ago. I can literally go stop talking about boxing, tell you what's going to happen, come back, just in the nick of time. And it's just funny to me at this point. But I've been telling you guys, these people, they're industry plants in boxing. And it's the same in music. It's the same in the movies, with actors. It's the same with politicians. This model has been used on a wide scale. You understand? You have to look at these people's resumes, not just look at the names. You got to go deep into it. When you see one person gets a bunch of help, gets a lot of preferential treatment, that should be a red flag for you. And we all know who gets preferential treatment. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's the face of boxing. So you guys really, at the end of the day, you're just going to start making yourselves look stupid, just like the Spence fans. It's time to get your pre-fight excuses out. You can list them here in the comment section. Some of you can act tough on the internet, you know what I'm saying? But deep down, you all know, again, that the guy you've been pulling for, the guy you've been acting like is this era's Floyd Mayweather, which he's not. You understand? When you're propped up, when you're built on a fake narrative, guys, I'm trying to tell you, Canelo, he's a guy by any means necessary, even if he has to cut someone's training camp short. This is how insecure he is truly as a fighter. He doesn't like real challenges, you understand? And it's been the same as it's ever been. Man, I already forgot all these dudes' names. It's been a while. But Larry Mosley, for example, you know what I'm saying? He exploited you back in the day. Now, Canelo won the fight, but you can see the weaknesses and stuff like that. And like I said, whenever it's a even playing field in a Canelo fight, we want to sit here and act like he's the best pound for pound or top 3 or whatever else. You understand? Even playing field, he is the most affected fighter. His skills is not what got him to where he's at. It's been the machine that's propped Canelo up. And we're starting to see what happens to these type of people that have a machine backing them. You know what I'm saying? The Kamala Harrises, all these other frauds that everybody wants to prop up and put on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, I've been telling you guys, and I never change up what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? He would be the Danny Garcia of any other era. He would be just, a $2, sex worker, because I got to be politically correct today. And it's not going to be no different in this fight. I already told you the outcome. It's going to be 7-5. You understand? On the judges' scorecards. I already told you about the commentary. Canelo doesn't need the land, and they act like he's just outboxing people and he's just so great and everything. And then you'll see something like he lost 5 rounds or something like that in a fight. Even when Canelo, again, has everything going in his favor, he has proven multiple times that he can still screw that up. You know what I'm saying? As I said before, the only way Canelo wins in this fight is, of course, corrupt judging, or, again, he does manage to land a shot that does knock Crawford out. That's going to be the only scenarios that is going to help him in this fight. He doesn't have Terrence Crawford's boxing IQ. He doesn't have Terrence Crawford's intelligence. He's not as good as counterpuncher and seizing openings as Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Crawford is going to have some trouble, a little adversity dealing with the size and the strength, especially when Canelo, because I know he's going to be roiding out too, But you're going to see Canelo frustrated. He's already telling Crawford, don't fight me like Skull. Crawford doesn't need to, and Crawford already knows what he needs to do in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually glad that he went there last night so he could observe it real time to see what he's going to be up against. And I did see in the interview, he knows exactly what he's talking about concerning Canelo. You don't need to do all that movement against him. You know what I'm saying? Laura tried that. It kind of went against him, especially on the judges' scorecards, but that was a controversial fight as well. But you don't. Floyd stood right in front of Canelo the entire fight. He didn't do all that running. You know, he was right there in the pocket with Canelo the entire night. He did go the ropes in some rounds and things like that. But if you got a good jab, you can definitely do a lot of, you know, offsetting of Canelo Alvarez. Crawford does have a great jab, just like I told you Spence fans back in the day. I told you his jab's better than Spence. He actually knows how to hit people in their head and things like that. But, you know, Crawford is going to see a little bit of adversity, but at the end of the day, I think the scorecard is going to be 7-5. That's going to be damage control. That could easily translate into a 9-3 type fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, a dominant one-sided fight. You know, they're going to do whatever they can for the damage control for Canelo. Again, commentary is going to have you think that what you're seeing with your eyes is just wrong. You know, but I've been saying this. I'm still holding to my guns. If that's going to trigger some of you, you know, that's going to make some of you mad, I'm sorry. But I've been through this game too many times, guys. I don't do this for clicks, views, and likes. I don't do this for popularity contests. I really don't. You know, I'm not impressed with these guys that they prop up today. And Canelo is the mascot of propped up. You know what I'm saying? So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good Sunday. You know, God bless you all. And hopefully you're all staying safe and, you know, doing what you're supposed to, not getting in trouble. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.